The Story Rug presents Team Steve!
Team Steve by Collier. Spring is here. Steve loves spring because that means it's time for the annual race-a-thon. That's one excited horse. Steve wins the race-a-thon every year because his body is built for running. Long neck that can stretch across the finish line. Big chest for deep breaths. Super long legs. Long legs mean that Steve has a long stride. That means he can take big steps. Powerful hindquarters. That means strong bum muscles. Nobody in the forest has longer legs than Steve.
My legs are a bit longer, aren't they?
Yes, they are, Steve.
They just keep going and going.
No wonder Steve always wins. But this year, the race-a-thon rules have changed.
What does relay mean?
Here we go. Bob explains that a relay is a race between teams. A team has 4 runners who each have to run a section of the race.
No problemo,
says Steve.
I will be on a team with Deer, Rabbit, and, who else is fast? Oh, and Bugs.
Says Bob.
The thing is, to keep the race fair, we drew names. You're on a team with Duck, Turtle, and Snail.
Uh-huh. Wait a sec,
says Steve.
A duck waddles, a turtle walks, and a snail is a snail. How are we supposed to win?
I don't know, Steve, but good luck figuring that out,
says Bob. This is a conundrum. That means a puzzle. Steve will have to give this some thought.
Think.
Maybe you could give us some pointers. Coach us.
Think.
You probably have lots of wisdom to share. What if you coached us?
Think.
You're such a fast runner. Maybe you could coach us?
Think.
Eureka! That means Steve has an idea.
I could coach you guys. I am such a fast runner and I have won lots of races. I could share my running wisdom.
There's an idea. Good thinking, Steve. What a problem solver.
Steve decides he's going to be the best coach ever. After all, winning a race has probably been a lifelong dream for his teammates. Steve coaches and coaches.
Lift those hooves. Take deep breaths. Stretch that neck.
And gives lots and lots of advice, maybe more than necessary.
Eat 3 bowls of oats a day. You're going easy on the sugar cubes, right? Get lots of rest and make sure you're sleeping on fresh straw. Oh, and brush your teeth. It won't help you run faster, but it's very good advice.
Finally, the day of the race-a-thon arrives. The animals are very excited, even though the forecast calls for rain.
Don't worry, team. Running in the rain is just like running when it's dry, only cold, wet, and slippery.
Uh-oh. Here comes the rain.
Runners, to your posts!
I'll leave you with this treasured piece of wisdom that my great-uncle Tea-Biscuit shared with me,
says Steve.
A few good neighs before the big race, and your hooves will take you to first place.
Does quacking work?
Oh, snapping.
The racers find their posts. Briar patch, steep hill, marsh, home stretch.
Nay.
Always with the neighing.
On your marks, get set, go!
And the race begins. Turtle is slow off the mark, but Deer is off like a shot, and Skunk is hot on his heels. Meanwhile, at post 4, Steve is rooting for his team.
Go, Turtle!
It gets prickly in the briar patch.
Ouch!
But those sharp thorns are no match for Turtle's shell, and he plods ahead.
A tisket, my green shell is fantastic. Look at Turtle clippity-clopping. He must really be picking up those hooves.
Oh, boy.
Turtle is the first to arrive at the steep hill.
They're way behind.
Your turn, Snail.
And that means Snail is the first to leave.
Look at Snail gallop.
Good grief.
Snail rolls her way to the marsh, where things get really sticky.
The banks are flooded. Here you go, Duck.
We can't get over it.
And we can't go around it. Nope, gotta go through it, guys.
Way to stretch your neck, Duck.
It's the home stretch, and now all Steve has to do is run to the finish line. And that shouldn't be difficult for Steve at all.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Our team is winning, Duck. We're really winning.
Come on, Porcupine, you can do it. Go, Owl.
Steve is so excited that he doesn't notice the other teams are catching up, or that the rain has stopped.
Great job, Duck. I've really taught you well.
Steve.
I'm really, really proud of you guys, and especially proud of myself.
Phew.
I mean, because of my running wisdom, the three of you are going to achieve a lifelong dream. Gosh, coaching is so rewarding.
We're losing the race, Steve.
What?
Steve is flabbergasted. That means shocked and surprised. He gallops off and tries his best to catch up.
Now, Steve.
Steve picks up his hooves. He takes deep breaths. He stretches his neck long to reach the finish line, and he loses by a long shot. The other two teams have tied for first place.
Whoa! All right, yay! That means all 8 of us are winners. Hooray!
Steve feels awful and a little embarrassed.
You okay, Steve?
No, I am feeling really awful. I let down the entire team.
Don't worry about us. Thanks to your coaching, we were all faster than we ever were before,
says Duck.
That's true, says Steve. And also, by losing, I helped 2 teams to win. And that means I'm an even better coach than I thought. I guess so.
Sure, Steve. If it makes you feel better, then yeah.
Powder bomb.
Thank you for coming to the Story Bag. If you like this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.